Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and thanks as always for watching. Today we're going to be talking about Fernando Alonso and his return to the Renault team, what we can expect that to bring to the sport, and maybe what his and our expectations are for what we can expect coming back, particularly considering that the regulations are staying pretty much the same as this year. They're going to be the same cars as this year that are running next year, and the Renault seems to look good. So yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, it's been a 2-year break for Alonso. He's trying to do other things at the minute. He's having a very unsuccessful campaign in IndyCar at the minute, and his Dakar was good by the looks of it. He did well in Dakar. I can't remember, was it 13th he finished? It was a decent performance anyway, and even to finish that thing is apparently ridiculous. Obviously, I've never done it, but yeah, so he's experimenting outside of Formula One, and he's obviously got the bug back again, which I think a lot of drivers do when they do leave Formula One. Fortunately for Alonso, he's in the position where he's able to come back to another. Well, I say fortunately, he's burned pretty much every bridge he's ever had apart from Renault, so that was the only seat he was probably going to get. But he's fortunate enough that he's good enough that he can, still get back into Formula One, and it's going to be incredibly interesting to see what happens. Obviously, we've seen that he's had a test at Barcelona, and obviously he said he wasn't up to speed and everything, but he was impressed with the car. So that brings me on to where the Renault car is at the minute, and obviously Daniel Ricciardo has just got a podium in that Renault. It's looking like it's getting better and better every week, and the impressive thing about the Renault car that we don't see with many of the cars is it seems to perform well around all of the tracks. I mean, we see particularly a good example is the Ferrari last year, where power circuits, it was absolutely incredible, and then you got to a handling circuit like Hungary, and it was an absolute pile of shite. But with the Renault this year, they seem to be coping well in the handling tracks and on the speed tracks. Sorry, their pace is incredible in the speed traps, which is probably why I was getting confused with my words there. But that's really encouraging for them, and if they can build on that, they've obviously got a really good platform where the car is a really solid build. Obviously, no one's close to Mercedes at the minute, but arguably, well, they are the third quickest car at the minute. McLaren's obviously fallen off the pace a little bit. They're still performing well, but the Renault definitely looks like the third best car. I wouldn't quite say it's out of the Formula 1.5 bracket, as everyone kind of dubs it, but I think they're definitely at the top of the midfield at the minute, and consistency, like I was saying, is key, and they seem to be performing well at all types of tracks, so that's the key. What can we see with Fernando Alonso? Now, the tricky thing is, at the minute, is they've got Daniel Ricciardo in the car, and as you'll know if you've seen previous videos, I've got a huge amount of respect for Daniel Ricciardo, and I think he is an absolutely incredible driver. And whether or not we can see Alonso bring the team any more forward than Ricciardo has, I'm not 100% sure, but I am Alonso's pretty much biggest fan. The only time I started to dislike Alonso was when he started having a go at Honda. And if you have a go at Honda, then I take it personally, to be honest. So I didn't enjoy that when Alonso was bashing Honda, but you can also kind of see why he was. But that McLaren was a terrible car as well, even though at the time they were saying, oh, it's an amazing car, but it was just the Honda engine. It was a dog shit engine, it was a dog shit car, and that's why they pretty much finished last every single week. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see with that. But with Ricciardo and Alonso, there's not many people I would regard as nearly as good as Alonso, but I think Ricciardo is one of them. So we'll have to wait and see whether Alonso can bring that team forward even more. Up against his teammate, that would also be interesting, because I think Ricciardo has pretty much got the measure of Esteban Ocon this season. He's outqualified. I think Ocon outqualified him once in the wet, didn't he? But that was yeah, that was Ricardo was on a really good lap on that one, but he messed it up. So yeah, 1, 2, I think it's what, like 12 or something now, or 11, something like that. Anyway, so Ocon, always been a hype job. I've never really seen it, but lots of people have, and I think he's been proven wrong this year. So it'll be interesting to see whether Alonso jumping in the car can beat Ocon as much as Ricardo has, if that makes sense, or more or less. I think that's going to be a good benchmark to set. So that will definitely be interesting as well. I really hope that we get to see Alonso on the podium again. I really hope we get to see him potentially winning races. I can't see that happening unless the Mercedes both of them break down, and probably Max breaks down as well. He'll probably be Albon, because most people are beating Albon at the minute, let's be honest. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm really excited for Alonso's return. It's great to have the veterans on the grid, like, Alonso and Raikkonen, up against the young guns like Russell, Norris, and everything like that. Is a great kind of comparison to see. So really looking forward to it, and yeah, I'll stop rambling now, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.